Thank you for joining us here on WLTX Plus. We are confirming some sad news when it comes to our breaking news updates involving South Carolina State University and a lockdown. At 11:47, we got an update from the executive director of communications there, Sam Watson, and he let us know that tonight's shooting left 2 people dead and 1 person wounded. So again, 2 people dead and 1 person wounded. We're also told that SLED investigators are currently on site at South Carolina State University, and they are, quote, actively investigating. University leaders letting us know they have yet to confirm the victims' identities or the condition of the wounded person. So once again, I want to make sure that you understand when it comes to the lockdown over at South Carolina State University, we are now confirming from educators, from leaders there at that university, that 2 people are now dead and 1 person is wounded. The campus, for parents and students and anyone else who lives in this area, the campus is still on lockdown right now. And we do understand the university's Department of Public Safety. They say they are being assisted by the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety and the County Sheriff's Office, who is currently patrolling on campus right now. So we're going to go ahead and check in with our crew who is there on the scene, giving us a closer look at what's happening on the campus in that area. Let's go ahead and tap back in with News 19's Jamin Wade. Okay, Jamin, we now have the breaking news update. 2 people are now dead. 1 person is wounded. What can you tell us there as you stand off campus there, but we can see the flashing lights in the background. And again, to reiterate to all of our viewers who are watching here on WLTX Plus, this campus is still on lockdown.
Yeah, the campus is definitely still on lockdown. I don't know if you're able to see to my right. There is still a line of cars that are trying to get on campus. The student that I talked to during our 11 o'clock, Justin Woods, he's still sitting over here to my left in his vehicle, not being able to be allowed back on campus. I had some students walk past me earlier who told me that the school has a bus shuttle that goes to some of the student apartments around here and bring them to campus. One student had caught that bus shuttle over to campus to come to some of his friends that live a little closer to campus, but also off campus. And when he tried to go catch that shuttle to go back to his apartment complex, that shuttle had been shut down for the night due to the lockdown. And so he is now stuck over here with his friend's apartment, but luckily he is with friends. And some of the students that I have seen here that have been stuck outside and can't get back on campus have been with friends. So they're not alone sitting outside in the cold, and most of them do have a warm place to go because it is pretty chilly out here right now, but definitely a tragic situation over here on South Carolina State's campus. We do know that just within this school year, we have now 3 people dead. We know that Jalea Butler died to a gunshot during homecoming back in October, and now we have 2 people shot dead today on campus and another person wounded. That does add to the other person that was wounded but was not killed during that homecoming shooting. We do know there was 2 homecoming shootings that day. Now we have a shooting that happened tonight. So we're still working to gather more information. I did just hear from their public information officer on campus that told me that they won't be holding a briefing tonight and that this statement is what they're releasing just now at this time. And so we're still gathering more information. More information should come out more as we go throughout the rest of tomorrow, Friday. But for now, yeah, we're just seeing cars being turned around, not being able to get on campus. We see cars that have just been stuck here for quite some time now and not really being able to be allowed. We saw security just come out and kind of tell some cars that they might as well turn around. That campus won't be opening up that soon. And so we don't know how long that wait will be, how long they will be on shutdown right now. And we're still just trying to gather as much information as we can. I'll be here in Orangeburg as long as I can be trying to gather more information. I do know there were more police officers, more officers as this Orangeburg County Sheriff Deputy just rolls behind me. There were more on campus when I got here at around 10:45. Now that I can only see about 2 or 3 cop cars still left on campus. We do know that this happened at around 9:15 tonight. We do know that we have that confirmed. And so it has been a little bit of time, but we do know that that investigation will continue. But for now, over here in Orangeburg County, Jamin Wade, News 19 WLTX.
Jamin, let me ask you a quick question just to confirm if you can still hear me, Jamin. You said that they are not going to have a news conference tonight, that this news release they shared with us is what we're going to hear for right now. There is no news conference, correct?
Yes, their PIO did tell me that they plan to not have a briefing tonight at all, and that this statement is all that they do plan to release right at this moment, but they are not planning on having a briefing. Now, I am still in communications with him, and so if that does change, we'll be sure to tell you guys. But for right now, they don't plan on having a briefing, but the statement that they have put out is what they are leading with.
Let me ask you another question, because for folks who were not joining us on air at 11 o'clock, you were speaking with a student out there in the parking lot. You told us that student is still nearby. Now, explain to us again, for folks who were not joining us, Jamin, does that student live on campus, off campus? What's his game plan right now?
Yeah, he does live on campus. I don't exactly remember which building. He did tell me which building, but at this moment it is losing. I've lost it. And so he did tell me that he does live on campus. He is a sophomore here, and so he can't get on campus. Him and his friend left campus at around 9 o'clock, and when they returned back on campus, the campus was already on lockdown. Said that he wasn't off campus for too long, so it happened pretty quickly. But yeah, he's over here with his car on, staying warm, and not being able to get on campus.
All right, Jamin, thank you so much. Stay safe out there. We appreciate, though, you showing us what's happening behind you. We can see those flashing lights. We see that line of cars that are outside of campus because, as we keep reiterating here, South Carolina State University is still on a lockdown. And at 11:47, we got an email from educators on campus letting us know and confirming that 2 people are now dead, 1 person is wounded. And want to let you know again that university leaders have yet to confirm the victims' identities or the condition of the wounded person. We were talking about a timeline. Jamin was talking about a timeline. We now know that the campus was on lockdown at about 9:15 p.m. and that the shooting reports came in at an apartment complex over at Eugenie Student Residential Complex. That's the name of the suites involved. And SLED investigators, they are currently on site. They are, of course, actively investigating. Want to also make sure if we have parents or students or teachers who are joining us and you have a loved one over at South Carolina State University, Friday classes, because of all of this, have now been canceled. We also now know from educators who released a statement at 11:47, counselors are going to be made available for those students. The university is letting us know they're going to continue sharing updates, which we will share, of course, on air during our morning newscast and online on WLTX.com. And we're going to make sure that we continue sharing more updates. I do want to see if we can ask my producer in the back. Earlier during our 11 o'clock broadcast, I had the chance to speak with a woman over the phone. Her name is Kaya Mack. She was on campus making a food delivery at that same area, the suites that we're talking about here. And that's when she said that she heard gunfire there. So we're going to go ahead and tap in. I'm going to let you hear a bit of this phone interview with her.
A lot of police. A lot of police. They were coming through the gate full speed. This is when I just completed a delivery with a client, and you can hear the shooting, but it didn't register that it was on campus where we was at. I just saw a lot of police. They came out of nowhere. That's all I saw was a lot of police.
And you were heading off campus at the time?
Correct. No, I just dropped the food off, so I was in my car. We couldn't really get through the gate because the police was coming through the gate. We were on campus.
Once you were making your delivery, did you hear anything? Did you hear gunshots ring out? Did anything sound to you out of the ordinary before you saw all of that commotion?
It wasn't out of the ordinary, but yes, we heard gunshots, but I didn't know if it was like in the neighborhood or I didn't know where it was coming from, honestly. But yeah, we could hear the gunshots.
If you had to remember, how many gunshots do you recall hearing?
Honestly, I'm not sure because when all I remember is like the police coming through and their loud sirens kind of shook me. So at that point, we looking around, me and other people that's on campus, we're all looking around like, what's going on? Where are all these police coming from?
That leads to my next question. Did folks start to run, to scatter? What else did you see after the fact?
No one was running or scattering. Matter of fact, the band must have been practicing, so the band was actually walking back to their dorms, the people on the band. So it didn't register what was happening, basically. We just saw the police, but it didn't register that the shooting was actually on campus. It didn't register for no one.
And
no one was running.
I'm assuming that you make deliveries there quite frequently, yes?
Every day.
So does it scare you having that scenario?
I wouldn't say it scares me more than how the college students would feel. You know, my heart goes out to them. I do this every day, every single day. It is out of the ordinary, but I wouldn't say it scared me to where I won't do deliveries again. I mean, everything happened really fast, like really fast. Before we could register everything, the police was already there. Like they were there.
That was Kaya Mack. She was on the campus of South Carolina State University, and you heard her explain how it really did not even register when she heard that gunfire as to what was going on, but she did realize that there was immediate police response. We also have video that Kaya Mack shot for us, and that video was taken of the ambulances at the hospital and the presence that was outside of that area. You can see lots of flashing lights of that vehicle driving by, getting this video outside of the emergency area there at the hospital. Again, that video is courtesy of Kaya Mack. But again, to reiterate, right now, as of 12:05 a.m., we are learning that the campus is still on lockdown. And when News 19's Jamin Wade showed us what was happening behind him, we could see a line of cars right there at the gate being stopped and not allowed to go on campus. We saw lots of flashing lights in that area. And right now, we do not know if they are still trying to track down whoever is responsible, if there is a gunman, if there are multiple people connected to this. We are making calls. We are working to get some more answers. I do want to point out, though, because folks are going to be asking for questions when it comes to identification of the two victims or the person that is wounded. They're not sharing that right now. They're not identifying those victims. They're also letting us know that tonight, at least for right now, they're not going to be doing another news conference. So we're going to have to stand by, keep making calls and working to get some more updates. Of course, you can count on us here at WLTX here on air and also over on WLTX Plus. That's our free streaming platform. We're going to continue sharing those updates. We got you. We're going to share all the updates for you because we know this impacts so many families right in that area. And we want to make sure that we have all the questions that you have. We want to get those questions answered. For right now, though, we are going to wrap up this streaming broadcast here on WLTX Plus. Thank you for joining us. And I encourage you, if you do want to get some more answers overnight, to go ahead and head over to our website. That, once again, is WLTX.com.